Hello my sweet friends, so welcome to DIY with Nadia and welcome to another Wreath Wednesday. Today I'm making a super fun summer wreath. I'm making a watermelon plastic tablecloth wreath and all the supplies for today's wreath are from the Dollar Tree. To get started on this wreath, you're going to need a 14-inch metal wreath form from the Dollar Tree. And as you can see, this one does have 4 rows. The way I count my rows are 1, 2, 3, 4. I count from inside out. The reason this is important is because this is a little bit more complicated than regularly when I do these tablecloth wreaths. So in the description box below, take a look. I'm going to have each row and the colors that I used in each row. For this wreath, I will be using 5 of these packs. If you wanted more compact, I do recommend using a 6th one of this green for the outer layer of your wreath form, but you should be fine using these 5. It's still going to be fluffy and beautiful. This wreath is super forgiving when it comes to cutting your tablecloth. So everything is done kind of approximately. First thing I'm doing here is just cutting my tablecloth in half. I'm not unwrapping it. I'm not doing anything, just cutting it in half. This is the little flap that was left over, but we will still be using it. Once you have it cut in half, then you're going to cut in half again, both of the pieces. Now you have 4. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut the sides, find the center, and cut the sides in half. Okay, now you should have 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 inch strips. Next, we're going to take our strips, fold them in half, and cut them. You should have 6 to 6 1/2 inch strips in length. Now you're just going to grab a section, and what you're going to do is about 1/3 in, you just kind of make it look like a pencil or a petal. And there's going to be ones that are like this. That's okay. Just here, make sure that everything is cut, because some of them are folded this way. And here I just go from bottom up. But you want it to kind of start and end about 1/3 in, just like that. It doesn't need to be perfect. This is not supposed to be something perfect because it is going to be hidden. So just continue doing this. I'm going to finish up doing all my tablecloths and then I will be right back. Today I'm collaborating with my super talented friend KIMO from KIMO Craft. On his channel, you will find an assortment of gorgeous modern DIYs, including some amazing decoupage pieces and some tie-dyeing and much, much more. Please check him out. I will link his channel in the description box below. Okay, I have all my colors, and this is kind of going to be the order that they're going to be in. I'm going to start with the first row, and it's going to be all red. And I'm just going to take them, and yes, they do kind of get staticky, as you can see here. But I'm just going to start, and I'm going to go all the way around and just tie, and that's it. And I just tie once. You could tie twice if you want, but it's not gonna go anywhere. It's going to stay. And I'm just going to go all the way around. Okay, it's starting to come on in. As you can see, it's going to get full. And then in the second row, we are going to be doing red. I'm going to turn off the camera and finish up the whole first row, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so the first row is done. I just wanted to remind you not to pull too hard. And as you see, I did do just one tie, and it'll hold. I promise it'll hold. I've had wreaths that lasted for years and they held in place, and I never lost any. But just so you remember, this is very, very light, you know, plastic or rubber, whatever this is supposed to be. But it could, you know, really easily kind of pull. So you just do it really lightly, and I'm not putting any pressure, nothing. I'm just going like this and just tying it. Very simple. Another thing is, I know you see these. Don't worry about it. They're going to get pushed back by the second row, so none of the ties are going to show. The second row, I'm going to do the exact same thing and fill it with red. To make things easier on myself, what I do is I prop my wreath on something. So for me, just this. I mean, I don't need to press it or anything like that. It's, you know, pretty stable, but it's easier to put these on like this than when your wreath form is down and you're trying to get in there. I mean, you could still do it, obviously. It's just, it makes it easier like this. I just prop it up on something and off I go. All right, so the first 2 rows are done. Kind of almost looks full, doesn't it? But no, we have 2 more to go. To be honest, the 3rd row is the hardest to do because of the way it is. You have to kind of hold this back. Okay, so for row 3, what we're going to do is work with pink and green. I'm going to do 6 green to 2 pink. I want the pink to be scattered a little bit, but mostly I want it to look like there's a layer of green, of this light green. And then the last layer is going to be the dark green. So let's get started with the light green. And by the way, when I start, I kind of just want to open these up, and I just kind of do this so it's easier to work with. And then when you find some of them being attached like this, just grab your scissors and just cut a little bit of an angle, and bam. Okay, so far, as you can see, it's green with a little bit of pink here and there peeking through, and it's kind of like I wanted that little kind of wave going of like the red turning into pink, turning into light green, and then eventually dark green. So now I'm just going to continue doing the same thing, 6 of the light green to 2 of the pinks, and I'm going to go all the way around. All right, so far we have 2 layers of red, 3rd layer having 6 green and 2 pink, and this is what it looks like from the back. And then if anything is sticking out, just push it back in. And then the last layer is going to be super, super easy because you can even hold the wreath like this. Just go down and do it. And what I do is I kind of try to fold this last layer down as I'm working on my last layer. And if you do that, you have this kind of opening that it's very easy to put in your last layer. And so I'm going to start with a dark green. And I'm going to go all the way around, just solid green. If you would like, you could also put a little bit of the light green in between, because if you look at the watermelon, it has like those like light lines. So that's fine if you want to do that. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and do the green. And when you're done, all we're going to do is just kind of push these over. And that's it. I'm almost done with the wreath. I'm just going to go ahead and turn all of these forward. And if something's sticking through, I'm just going to push it through to the front. Now we got our watermelon. What do you think of how I did my layers? I like a little bit of the pink in between the green. And we have the red, but we need one more thing, don't we? We need the watermelon seeds. And for that, I'm going to go to the Dollar Tree Crafter Square area. Grab these little gems. And the cool part about it is these little black ones actually look like little droplets. And if you think about it, like little seeds. They are attached to these little diamonds. So what I'm going to do is I'm grabbing my little X-Acto knife and I'm just going to cut where they two kind of connect. And now I'm just going to space them out here and there throughout the wreath. Okay, I got some watermelon seeds going over here. And just in case you were wondering if this will come off, I'm going to demonstrate something. I'm going to just grab a piece and put one of these teardrops on it. And just kind of, you know. And then I'm going to try to take it off. Look at this. And I just put it on like a few seconds ago. It literally is coming off with the actual tablecloth. Like, it will not come off. So, just in case you're wondering, because I know these stickers, you know, when you're working on projects, and especially if I'm working on something that's painted, I either hot glue it or something, but on plastic, this sticks like nobody's business. It sticks really, really well. And I'm just going around and trying to figure out if there's another one I can put somewhere. Maybe right there. And I kind of tried to see maybe there's petals that kind of lay naturally like this one right here. And that's where I try to put my my little seeds. There you go. Okay, I think that is it. Let me know what you think of this wreath, and if you have any ideas for me to do other wreaths, let me know down below, because I enjoy a challenge. I enjoy putting these together, and it's summer, it's watermelon wreath. It is going on my front door. I absolutely love it.